to get, and Jared Polis, yeah, first district and the second congressional district, right, up in Boulder. That doesn't surprise you, I'm sure. You probably have a nice chapter of Acorn up in Boulder, yes. So, yes, sir.
Just to expand a little bit on your comment about why should young people care, I think one thing you also overlook is the fact that this is supposedly a universal coverage plan, which means you don't have a choice. You're going to be covered. You'll either have coverage or you'll be fined for not having coverage.
That's right.
So you're forced to participate one way or another. You don't have a choice, and you need a choice. That's part of what America's all about. Secondly, under this plan, it's already the recent medical poll proved that most doctors don't like what's being offered.
Yep.
And 45% said that they might retire if it's implemented.
Yep.
Now that's going to lead to a shortage of doctors and healthcare quality going down. So those are two very important reasons for young people to be actively involved in this, because this could very well affect your future.
All great points. You're exactly right. This is a mandated coverage, and even the new plan that the Democrats have put, not just the Obama plan, but the one that was rolled out by Max Baucus yesterday, mandates coverage. If you don't do it, they impose a tax upon you to help pay for that. And, by the way, Max Baucus's plan now says that you will spend 13%. I don't know why he came up with 13%. You'll spend 13% of your income on health care. And the government will make you do it. If you don't do it, they'll take it in taxes.
So are they going to let the IRS take care of that and enforce that? Because that's such a pleasant organization.
They are really sweet. Yeah. You know, I don't know what their plan for enforcement is.
Because I heard it lets the Attorney General.
IRS?
All the share information.
Oh, yeah.
The healthcare administration.
Yes. Yeah, I thought we were talking about the one today, Max Baucus. I don't know. But, yeah, you're exactly right. And you've heard this, so many of what's in the bill. Let me tell you another thing. The federal government will have access to your financial records, your bank accounts, to determine whether you're eligible to be on the public option at a reduced cost. So they will have access, the federal government will have access to your bank accounts and financial records. How's that one? Sir?
I just wanted to make sort of like say on 13%. The 13% is only going to be levied on you if you make between 300 and 400% of the maximum threatened poverty line. In other words, if your income is between $66,000 a year, which is 300%, and something like 75. So it's not actually a blanket deductible you will have to pay regardless.
Okay. Phew! That lets me off.
Yes.
Another thing, Janet and I read the Wall Street Journal and a couple other things, and on a daily basis, if Janet watches Fox News after 9 o'clock, we don't get any sleep tonight. Janet T and a few of those other fine folks,
yeah.
I mean, we pay attention to them religiously, loyalty, and then we put it together from what we read in the various news media. But what I'm thinking, my friends, is what's happening. The existing government is putting all this pressure on the health care. In the meantime, have you noticed all the little bills that are sliding past us that we don't even hear about?
Sure.
So they're putting the groundwork. I'm an architect, so we call that grassroots. Grassroots in place, and before you know it, it's going to hit the top of the curve, and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So, with all due respect to you, Jeff Crane, you got the big picture. What's happening is an underswell of us kind of people doing what we can do, but there's a lot of stuff that's going unnoticed, kind of slipping under the cracks of the door, and that's going to build and build and build. Before you know it, worse comes. So you figure that the healthcare program is such a big scheme, you're taking away from the little stuff,
Sure.
which is building up the mud.
Yeah. But I will say that it makes it harder to pass the little stuff when you take out the big stuff. It is harder today for Barack Obama to pass cap and trade because of the work that all of you have done on health care. And so we just...
If this fails in the health and the cap and trade, I'm thinking his respect is going to go slowly downhill there. Maybe just take a dive.
Yeah, I think it's already taken a bit of
Well, we're working at it. We have 70 employees in 3 businesses, 3 locations. We're thinking of a 4th and maybe a 5th. But if some of this doesn't pass, we'll have to shut down this business. Our workers, God bless their souls, they do not want this health insurance. We provide as a company, if they get injured, cut, or fall, or break, we take them or have them right to immediate health care. We pay them right out of my hip pocket. That's not the hip pocket, it's the hip pocket. I hate people. But they fly them want to work for us. If we take $1 that they receive and they take 33% for health care, what is it going to do with them? They don't own fine cars. They don't send their kids to the best schools. They're making it as they earn it. And God bless their souls. Bonnie, whom you've met, is the greatest thing on the planet, and all of our people have their own lives to live. But if they're forced to do this, they can afford to live. We cannot afford to pay them. If we do pay them, their economic base is shrinking by leaps and bounds. Yep. So from a business person's point of view, that's where we stand. Yep. No matter how many places that we own, how many restaurants, the employees that run, the people who run the company. I work with my employees to help you figure that out in our day. But that's our biggest threat right there.
Yep. And that's the threat that all small business owners are under.
And Eli's got a question.
Well, I know
He's serious about this.
you have to get going soon, so I wanted to wrap up with one question, which is what can we do as a community, either through AFP or through other venues, number one. And number two, can you introduce your other guests?
Yes, I can. I can. Well, thank you. First of all, if there's one other thing this Acorn thing has exposed, it's been the mainstream media, right? They could care less about this. They tried to ignore it.
Tea parties too.
Yeah, the former mainstream media. And we're making great strides. I mean, we were talking about this. Videotaping these kinds of things and putting them on YouTube. That's stuff we didn't do. Our side didn't do that for years. So we're doing the work. I think we're getting it right. And I would ask you to get involved. If it's not AFP, that's okay. This isn't about building one organization or whatever. I think AFP is well positioned to be the organization that will be that grassroots arm. But get involved and let's work together. Don't go have tea parties without having everybody on board. Don't go do that. Let's talk with the unified voice on this issue. You've got to write your members of Congress. At our site, AmericansForProsperity.org, you can actually go in. You can use CapWiz, which is on there. Put in your zip code. It will pull up your elected officials, whether it is a city council issue, county commission issue, state issue, or a federal issue. Pull up your elected officials. You can type an email. You hit send, and it goes to them. You can do letters to the editor from there. All those things are important to do right now because the battle is on. I mean, this is about our kids' future and whether we're going to leave them a better country or not. And so I ask you to get involved in it. So I thank you very much. Let me just quickly say one other. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Because President Bush said, Obama said that this plan will not pay for abortion. That's a very big issue. And I heard a senator from Michigan, Stubach, said, yes, his plans all will have funding for abortion. Is that what?
Yeah. If you couldn't hear the question was about abortion and whether abortion is funded in the president's plan. The president has a convenient memory on what's actually in his plan. It's pretty interesting that he doesn't know much of what's in his plan. It does, in fact, fund abortion. So it absolutely does. So the president can say what he wants, but it is what it is. Sir,
30 seconds.
Yes.
Basically, the funding is fair. The plan that just came out of the Senate Finance Committee under Baucus gives no public option, which means that none of it will actually be funded by the government structure. But what this means is that in the public insurance consortium that allows consumers to choose from private insurers, no federal funding will in any way be used. There will be options available through the private sector offered again through a public consortium, but no actual federal dollars will be used.
but that's the Baucus bill, not the Obama 3200.
The Obama plan isn't going to pass. It's going to die slowly.
Because of you. Because of you. That's right. We'll have a quick thing and then I'm going to introduce Dale.